So a few years ago, that cherry tree right there was leaning, and I'm assuming what had happened was that it tried to uproot. So there's a mound here. This is beside my ditch. The mound goes from right there all the way to about here. Now, I knew I couldn't do anything with that stump, but I was wondering why this mound was here. And I still don't know. But I dug down, and this here, I thought it was a rock. This here was sticking up just like this. And I'll clean that off and see what it says. I might be able to tell you. Please don't litter. Well, it was left here. So I'll clean that bottle up to see if I can see what it was. It was probably a beer bottle. So anyway, what I was going to do is, there's the bog, and here is the ditch. And it goes all the way up to my driveway, and I've lined it with greenish, bluish rocks. That was a lot of hauling. I remember I did that when it was a horribly, horribly hot, muggy day. But I did this along the steep side of the ditch. So there's that stump. It's in a hump. And my stepdad says he can get rid of that stump, but I don't want him to interfere with my rocks. I put them there once. I don't need to replace them or put them back. But I was going to plant some comfrey along up toward there, and this side of that maple, and down where that big rock is. That rock is pretty cool. I'll show you that. So, and then I was going to put in a fence right along here, maybe a split rail, I'm not sure yet, and put the comfrey in front of it. That's what I was going to do. Now this rock here, I've got some red ones in here too. So this rock here is pretty cool. I don't know if you can see all those wavy lines or not. So I figured that rock was there. Figured I would just make a retaining wall type of thing, even though this wasn't going anywhere. But I put it there and I haven't taken care of it, but it's there either way. So this is my culvert, and I've got, look at that pretty rock. I've got reddish rocks here, and I've got some quartz, and this one there, which I've got to move, and this one. But I've got red rocks here, white rocks that I've collected over the years. This one here is really pretty. It's got some brown in there, it's got some red, it's got some green. So today, I am working, look at that rock, huh? Very pretty. And there's a bunch of fossil rocks in here too. But this is what I am working on today. I think it just stopped raining, so I've got to plant the comfrey. But this wall here is, I got to clean. See, look, there's stuff growing up through it. I have not maintained this at all, as you can tell. But I think what I'm going to do, see, there's the bog. I think I'm going to make a split rail fence, or a fence of some sort, and make it even with that maple there, and put some plants there. It'll get morning and afternoon sun. There we go. So This right here is definitely, it's damp, but it's right full of fine roots. But there's no worms. There was moss growing on top of this, so you can tell what kind of soil this is. So what I'll end up doing is mixing some compost in with that and see what we can do. What do you think would grow here in that type of soil in front of a fence that is probably about 4 feet high? I'm going to make the fence about 4 feet high, but something that'll grow in that, even if I have to amend the soil. What do you think? What do you think? I've got some, I think comfrey, spacing comfrey out along here would be good. And I think lilies would be good. Lilies up and through there. What do you think, folks?